move it that way?
Absolutely.
Maybe? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that my audience can see what we're talking about.
Oh yes.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Welcome back to the show. Now, today we want to look at biodigesters. We have different types of biodigesters and we want to understand what is the importance of a biodigester and the types we have in the market. So let's talk to Edu, who will give us better insights. Edu, karibu sana.
Karibu Kajizia Mjengo, hapo utapata muscles. Na pia karibu Biotank Africa, tunadeal na biodigester. Biodigester ni wastewater management system. When you build a house in this part of the world where infrastructure is not well laid out, meaning that hakuna sewer line, ile place unaenda kujenga, you have to think about an on-site solution. So you have to deal with your wastewater within your compound. So one of the ways of doing that is getting a pit latrine, kama ile ya water, long drop. Okay, that's one way. The other way is doing the big old septic tank, which will obviously fill up at some point. Then you have to deal with pump outs, smell, flies and all that. The other way is, of course, doing a concrete biodigester. But guess what? With modernity, a good idea gives way to a better idea. And here we have the best idea.
I want to understand the different chambers that we have here and their uses.
I would like to actually start with the way wastewater is divided. Wastewater, when it comes from the house, it's normally divided into 4 parts. At the top part, we have gases. That's why ukifungua manhole cover, unasikia kuna ka smell. Kuna ka smell kidogo. Then below the gases, we have something called scum. Those are the floatables. You'll find maybe someone flushed baby diaper or things like fats, oil, grease, and things like that. They will float on top here. And that is the second thing you'll see after the gases. Then below the scum, we have water. This kind of layer. So the first chamber is normally occupied about 60-65% water. And then at the very bottom we have sludge. Na hiyo ndio wase itacho ngumu. But mind you hata hiyo inakuwaga 80% water. So how this works is that when it lands here, the water that is in this particular segment will flow using this elbow pipe to the next chamber. So it's sort of, we are harvesting the water only and leaving the hard stuff here for further treatment. So the water flows into chamber 2. Same process repeats itself, only that in this case we have very minimal scum, very minimal sludge. It's about 85 to 90% water. Then same thing, water flows through this elbow pipe to the next chamber, which is the third chamber in this case. And now in this chamber we have about 95 to 100% water. Well, it may not be 100, like 95 to 99% water, and then it flows out to go to the sock pit. Yes. So you may also notice that in our arrangement of the chambers and the flow of the water, these elbow pipes are not linear. They are not in the same.
They are not the same line.
Maji inafaa kutritiwa ikienda zigzag kiasi ndio achieve the best clarity possible.
So what happens then with what is left here?
Biodigester works with naturally occurring bacteria. Yani itaji biodegrade yenyewe. Bacteria is always in action throughout. However, with every biotank that we have installed, it comes with the free accelerators treatment that is supposed to quicken the process of digestion. So basically at the end of the day, digestion goes on, and every time you flush in dirty water, it displaces treated water to the sock pit.
So what happens to inorganic matter that's here? Maybe diapers or paper?
Now, those things are actually not supposed to be flushed. However, in the event that happens, then it calls for human intervention. Someone has to come, open a manhole, and remove them physically, because they're not going to be degradable in any way. And it's a big management problem. Yes.
Now, tumemaliza tuko na maji hapa that is 90% water. What do you do with this?
Naturally, it should flow to the sock pit. Sock pit ni shimo imejazwa mawe where the water should naturally percolate underground. However, we are also able to expand the bio to include a filtration system so that you can do water harvesting. Unajua kuna shida mingi ya maji Kenya. But that is now outside the bio. Like here we can add an extra treatment for filtration so that the water can be used for flushing toilets, cleaning yards like here, gardening, green areas and things like that. Now the quality of that water will be determined by the use that you want to put it in. So we'll pick the last part of the biotank.
Okay, which is this?
I hope you had enough breakfast.
It's okay. It's not as heavy as I thought. I assume now this you cover with the lids.
Yes.
Okay.
Now once you've done that, now the only thing remaining is the lid.
Is now the lid.
Yeah, for the top.
Okay.
And then system kwa site.
How do you maintain this?
Maintenance, this thing is almost zero maintenance. Once umeiweka one, iko na lifespan ya 50 years.
Okay.
So depending on how old you are, there is a high likelihood your house up there will be finished before this one is.
Don't know nothing. We have different types of biodigesters. This made of this is plastic.
Yes.
And we have those made of out of cement. Why would I choose this over the cement one?
Now, to do a biodigester with concrete with these multiple chambers, the cost is very high.
Okay.
So most guys will do a single chamber concrete biodigester that only has an inlet and outlet baffle. So in terms of water quality, this one has very high water quality because it digests 3 times before displacing the water. Number 2, it's easy to install. As you can see, we've done the assembly with you.
Yes.
With zero prior experience, right?
Correct.
And it takes very few minutes, and therefore depending on where your site is, yule fundi yako huko ataweza kufanya assembly on their own without a lot of guidance. Obviously the other thing is that you save a lot of space because this system, for instance, is supposed to serve up to 25 users. If you are to design a concrete thing, it would take a lot of space, and most plots are normally squeezed. So there are so many advantages on this, and there's a question you've asked that I would like to also address again.
Okay.
About maintenance. So other than its longevity in terms of kukaa miaka mingi, the only thing you'll be adding is enzymes every once in 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
And they are readily available from many different manufacturers in Kenya.
There are people who have already built their homes, and of course many times or at times you find small mistakes happen. So they didn't consider maybe a biodigester or or a system that can be able to take out the wastewater. Are you able to install this on someone who's already built a house?
Absolutely. We've had very many septic tanks that have failed for one reason or another, and this comes in as a very good changeover for someone who is looking for a sustainable management way of managing their sewerage system. In fact, when it rained recently, the rains that came in and really destroy wastewater process mingi sana in people's homes, there are so many guys who came in to pick up the biotanks. Okay. Kusort your problem.
Okay. Sawa. Kama mtu anatafuta hii maneno ya kupata wapi?
Tuko Thika hapa Gatito area, Biotank Africa. Anaweza tuangalia pia kwa mtandao pale Facebook Biotank Africa, Instagram Biotank Africa na pia X. Okay. Ama atupigie simu 0798216606 0707752508.
Edwin, fantastic. Nitakusaidia kumaliza hapa. I like when I start something I finish and it's quite easy. But before that, let me take a break. Okay. Well, you've seen the alternatives that we have when it comes to waste management, and biotanks are really crucial. Let me take a short break. I'll be right back with Pambo. Tumalize. Leo kwa payroll yetu.
Nice. Yeah, come with them just as they are.
Okay.
So hiyo kubwa moja ni ya that side. So okay. The small ones you can put them here.
Okay.
Very good. Then this one belongs there. Nice. Very good. Yeah. Just perfect. Like a pro.
Asante.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done.
All the best.
Okay.
Yes, sir.